Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's football show here on STV. The main talking points on tonight's programme. Bring on England as Scotland keep alive their faint World Cup qualification hopes. Hibs get a new kit deal as they close in on a return to the Premiership. And Rangers fans pay tribute to Fernando Ricksen. Just a few of the talking points in the company of Alan Ruff, and I'm delighted to say on the Monday joining us Gordon Smith to reflect on what was a very positive result in the end for Scotland. And boy, Ruffy, did we leave it late.
Yeah, we certainly did, but the most important thing is we all left with a smile on our face, which hasn't been there for a long time, since the Lithuania game. So, you know, I think if the result was the important thing. We said that right at the beginning. We'll take anything. But in saying that, I thought the first 45 minutes were impressive. We did everything that we wanted us to do. We wanted to get the ball wide. We wanted to hit them at pace. We wanted chances in the box. We got that. We were a bit luckier. We could have had a goal or maybe two. Second half was a wee bit disappointing. You know, we seemed to run out of ideas, and Slovenia, being Slovenia, went, well, they're not going to score here tonight, you know, so we'll just sit in, and they spoiled the game. But I think in the end, they didn't deserve anything. You know, I was glad when we scored, not only for Gordon but for the players as well. But I just think the way they set out their stall to spoil the game is not what you want to see. So at the end of the day, yeah, we'll take it. It was late. It was 2 minutes. You know, and we were sitting and watching it, and you could feel the media and the press beginning to write, you know, their line with 2 minutes to go, and it just shows you in football how things can change very quickly.
Yeah, it's times like these that you like looking at the back page headlines. Here's just a flavour of the newspapers from this morning. Greatest feeling in the world, says the Daily Record, and I think that sums up Chris Martin's mood. We'll talk about him in a minute. Chris of life, and it certainly was. It puts us back in contention for a second place finish in the group. And the final headline from the Courier, Strachan calm amid Hampden hullabaloo. You wouldn't deprive Chris Martin of his moment. I was critical of him on Wednesday. I didn't think his touch was up to scratch. He came on as a substitute. I thought it was despicable that he was booed on.
Yeah, I think it's not right, but I mean, that's one of the things you get in football. If you're not been doing it, then you're not going to be popular with the fans. But in fairness to him now, he can turn that around because he's scored a crucial goal, a late goal for Scotland to put Scotland back in contention for a place. So I think that's what he's done here. And I agree with Ruffy that Scotland were the better team. I didn't think Slovenia did enough. I think they just thought they could come and stop Scotland scoring because they have a very good defensive record. I mean, their goalkeeper's top class, although having said that, I thought he could have done better at the goal, did you?
Yeah, I think the both of us said that. I think he get caught. I think he get caught going across the goal and thought he could just get his hand in and flick it round the post.
I'm delighted it happened though, because that goal, what a crucial moment, what a great moment. And I just think that, you know, looking at it, Peter, I think I'm very positive about it. Only one thing I would say is, why do we play like this in a must-win game? Gordon Strachan says this is a must-win game, and all of a sudden he picks a team that's different from normal, picks different players, plays a different style of football. If I was asking the question to him, I'd be saying, why do you not play like this more often then?
Yeah, I'm going to come to his defence on this one, Ruffy, because I can remember over a year ago we were talking about the fact that what Gordon Strachan was hoping for was some players to emerge on a regular basis who were playing football that could actually give him options in different areas. I still think we're struggling in the centre of defence, although it looked more solid last night. And I still think we're struggling for a regular goal scorer. Armstrong was a huge bonus because Armstrong looked as if he was out of Celtic's picture completely. Brendan Rodgers comes in, galvanises him. He's a transformed player, and suddenly he comes in and what a debut. But as Gordon mentioned there, I just think suddenly you're hoping for players to give him options.
Yeah, I think we all have to realise, I mean, we've all been there before, this was a massive pressure game, and to go into that kind of scenario, sometimes you're a wee bit apprehensive in what you're doing. That's why I said the first 45 minutes I thought we were super. You know, I thought the Morrison was good, Armstrong was good, but in the second half, just like you're saying, we didn't have that player who could find a pass. We didn't have that player who could cut them open, and I'm saying that, but Armstrong's pass for the goal was absolutely fantastic. I thought it was super how he spotted that very, very quickly, and he had energy all night, so he was a plus. You know,
I thought him and Morrison both played well in midfield.
Yeah.
And Scott Brown was a kind of sit-and play. His experience he had a decent game too. Forrest was in and out of it. Snodgrass was in and out of it too, but he did well with set pieces and stuff like that, right? And then striker Lee Griffiths was close to having a tremendous game, because one chance he should have scored and one he was very unlucky with. The right foot shot was a good effort from the cutback, you know. So there was a load of things in that first half that were good. What I'm saying, I still go along with that, but what I'm saying is he brought players in. I thought Tierney was tremendous at right back. I mean, showed pace and touch and everything. So why not say then, you know, that's only because it was a must-win game. If the next one's not a must-win game, they'll make all these changes again. I think he should have been changing the team around before now and saying, right, okay, we'll go with these players. And, you know, Stuart Armstrong was a perfect example of that.
Yeah, and of course, the manager, Gordon Strachan, after the game, was praising his players. They responded to the pressure.
We had to play under pressure, play at home. So to play with stress, pressure, whatever you want to call it, and play as well as that's as good as I've seen for a long, long time. To create that many chances in an international game against a good side, very good side. Was pleasing, but I'm pleased for them in his dressing room just now. That's what you get as a manager, you get that glow watching these guys and staff enjoying themselves. So they really should be proud of the performance tonight. And the country should be proud of the performance tonight. Starting the game so well, having so many chances. Then we had to change it a bit, but Griff got injured. It just took us a wee while to deal with that. But again, they never had any chances. We dealt with that well. And then Ketch come on, gave us something different. And then Chris come on and gave us that goal.
Yep, and the Slovenia boss, Sreko Katanic, said in fact Scotland were super and their win was well deserved. Of course, I was just about to mention that the Celtic striker Lee Griffiths was well pleased with Chris Martin, because his goal certainly took everyone's mind off those two squandered opportunities, and Martin himself was well pleased to get the winner.
Amazing feeling. Obviously, we were disappointed with how the game stayed 0-0. Really, I think we dominated for large periods. I thought we started extremely well, and very unlucky to be going in 0-0 at half time. And as the game wore on, obviously we were looking for someone to pop up, and thankfully I was the man to do that. But it's not about me; it's about the team and the effort I think we showed throughout the campaign. But especially tonight, it was a must-win, and I thought we showed a real great desire to go out there and get the 3 points. And extremely happy to pop up and get the victory.
Stuart Armstrong can be well happy with his debut in the middle of the park for Scotland, and of course he offered his reaction to the goal.
A great feeling, especially when it came so late. We had a few chances first half that we maybe should have taken and put us in a better position going into half time, but I think we got what we deserved in the end. Puts us in a good position, and we're up there again, and we'll take the positives, and we feel confident again going into the next tie.
Okay, as we know, the next tie is England. Here's the group table, Ruffy. This is where we are placed now. Suddenly, fourth, it looks a little bit healthier, and we need to, obviously, I think, again, a win is what you need.
Yeah, you do, because if we are looking at the playoff place, we're just a wee bit off at the pace. I think there's another group that's got the same amount of points as us, but everybody else is maybe 3 or 4 points ahead of us for the second place. So yeah, we just need to keep winning games, and you know, they'll be encouraging. The supporters will be high for the next game. We'll go into the game against England. It'll be a massive game again. It'll be another pressured game. But we know how good they are, and it'll be another massive performance to take something out of the game.
We'll get 3 home games, then two against the best teams at the moment in Malta.
Well, I was going to say to you, Gordon, have a look at them and tell us how many points you think we'll need from this group.
Well, I think we need to. The difficult one is Slovakia is going to be a tough game, but we need to get the 3 from Malta. It's going to be hard for us. I think we need to try and get something in Lithuania, to be honest with Peter. Yeah. I think a win there would make a difference. It's going to be tough to get points against England.
You can just take all these games out, because it'll be the last game. It'll be the last game, and we'll have to win 3-0 or something like that.
The good thing about it is, though, that you've got teams there. It's only Malta who are really out of it. Yeah. The others can basically challenge each other, which is good. We want that. We want teams who, like Lithuania, can maybe beat Slovenia, can beat Slovakia. Do you know what I mean? So the Malta's the only weak element in the group.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for a one-word answer, and I wonder if we'll get it now. Will we beat England?
No.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean, stranger things have happened. We can always hope.
Yeah, a draw.
Yeah, it's possible a draw, but no, I don't think we'll beat England.
A draw, a draw for me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There you are. I tried to get them into an optimistic mood. I'm in the same camp, but I'll wait to see the closer we get to it. And talking of England on the horizon, we thought we'd have a wee question for you to take you into the break. Well, that seems like such a long time ago. I can remember Paul Scholes scoring the goals. I think both of them were headers.
Yeah, one was for a corner. He came forward and just hit it top corner. But but again, we went down there and we beat them 1-0. So I mean, who's to say that won't happen again? I think we would have to be very fortunate. I think we would have to play better. But again, we've got players in there who can raise their game, and you never know what can happen in a Scotland-England game. Yep,
absolutely. Fingers crossed for that. Give us your thoughts at Peter and Ruffy on Twitter and facebook.com/Peter and Ruffy. Let's switch our attention to what else was happening in Scotland over the weekend. There was some very tasty championship games, one at Easter Road where our reporter Des McKeown witnessed a goal that would be fit to settle any game. James Keating's right at the death, securing a win for Hibernian against Falkirk, and that puts the Easter Road side 10 points clear, and Neil Lennon well happy with the result.
Game in the manner that we did, because we haven't done that as often as I'd like this season. It's testament to the fitness and the character of the team. I think the mindset of them is strong. It was a great game of football. It was very exciting. I thought, Falkirk played their part in the game. And, they wouldn't be in the position they are without their manager. He's done a fantastic job. No disrespect to Falkirk, but I think he should be managing at a higher level. But to win today, it was really important, with Morton losing as well, so it could be a pivotal day in the run-in now, so I'm delighted, absolutely delighted.
Yeah, it seemed to go all the way for the Hibbies on Saturday, Ruffy.
Yeah, and he's right, he needed to win that game. If they had another draw, people would have started throwing up stats in their face, how many times they've won in the last 8 games and all that. So the win, makes it, I think, done and dusted. Obviously another home game coming up, I would find it very difficult for anybody to catch them after that. And
if you look at the results elsewhere, Gordon, it wasn't quite in the Championship a good afternoon for St Mirren, because not only did they lose the Challenge Cup, but Ayr United come up with a big result at home to Dumbarton.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, because the Ayr were down 1-0 at one point. Fought back. They've been fighting back of late. I mean, that's 3 wins out of 4 Ayr have had when everyone considered them. They could be the team that could drop into that zone. But at the moment, you've got 3 or 4 teams in there who St Mirren aren't out of it yet. I mean, St Mirren are still fighting away. Depends on the results. They've got hard games. I mean, St Mirren's next 2 games are Ayr United and Dumbarton, and then they've got all the top teams to play before the end of the season. They've got the top 4 for a start. So, and these teams might be playing all out to try and obviously get in a certain position into second place in the playoffs. So it's going to be a tough little run for St Mirren, but if they win their next 2 games, they'll be right in a good position.
Yep, absolutely. And if we have a look at the Championship table, Ruffy, I don't think anyone was certainly surprised. To me, Dunfermline popped up with a 1-0 win against Morton, which I think kind of kills off. Does it kill off for you their hopes of even winning that Championship, regardless of how absurd that might sound to Jim Duffy?
No, I think Jim Duffy and his men will be hoping the play-off, and then take it for there. If they could squeeze their way up, to play in less games, I think that would be a bonus. But I think, as you've seen there with the games in hand that the teams have got, I think that is the play-off situation as we see it there just now. I don't think anybody's going to come out of the pack now and upset it. So I think it just depends on where you end up.
Yep, Hibs are at Dunfermline again at the weekend, and then elsewhere, I think game of the day is undoubtedly St Mirren Ayr United, Ruffy.
Yeah, and as Gordon said there, 2 back-to-back wins for Ayr United. The players will feel confident they can go into that game. It'll be depend on how much St Mirren bounce back for the disappointment of losing the cup. But I'm sure the manager will get them focused on the game, and I think it'll be a good crowd at the weekend. I think it'll be a good atmosphere. So if they're looking for a good game, I think that's the one to go.
It's a key game. We're almost like using the terminology now, must win. And from St Mirren's point of view, Peter, it's a must-win game. They've got the 4-point gap.
And I'm going to go along to Easter Road on Wednesday night, Gordon, because if Hibs defeat Morton on Wednesday, it's just a case of when the coronation comes for Hibs returning to the Premiership.
I think so. I think it's tied up anyway. If they were to lose even to Morton on Wednesday, it could be a little bit more difficult, it'll be a little bit slower before it happens. But I think that the win on Saturday for Hibs was crucial. OK, there was a Challenge Cup final taking place at Fir Park between Dundee United and St Mirren. In the end, it was Tony Andrew and Thomas Mickelson, I've got it right there, Thomas Mickelson, who got the header to win the game by 2-1. It was a real lift for the United fans, according to the manager, Ray McKinnon.
I'm extremely delighted for everybody. You know, it's been a tough journey for the fans in the last year, and with relegation and things like that, it's left its scars. So hopefully that's part of the repaying the fans for their patience and their loyalty. You know, so we're delighted to give them a trophy, and I'm also delighted for the players because you know we've sort of shot ourselves in the foot in recent games, and that was another prime example today when we scored our goal, but they kept calm, they kept the message, keep passing the ball, and I thought they were excellent.
Two good teams going at it, Ruffy, and I think good show of support at the ground for that game. The Challenge Cup has grown in stature, especially when you get two teams of that calibre in the final. Yeah,
we all seem to see cups like that, and a lot of people want to knock them, but at the end of the day, you know, that's what it's all about. Your team winning the cup, your supporters enjoying the day out, and everything that goes with it. The players getting a lift from winning as well. So every cup game is important. It doesn't matter how big it is or how small it is. So no, you take it, especially if you win. Yeah,
and it comes as no surprise to me that the St Mirren boss Jack Ross was magnanimous in defeat.
I think first and foremost to congratulate Dundee United. They said often enough pre-match that a cup final is about winning on the day, and they've done that, so they deserve the plaudits for it. My thoughts on the game overall, I thought we were good. I thought we were the team on the front foot for large parts of it. I thought we created the clearer opportunities through the game. So from that perspective, I have absolutely no complaints over my team's performance. I thought that they produced a performance worthy of a cup final. They haven't got the rewards, if you like, on the day, but they played against a good team as well. They scored 2 really good goals in the day as well. So as I said at the beginning, I congratulate them for that, and couldn't ask any more from my group of players today.
I still think St Mirren are going to get out of it, Ruffy.
Yeah, well, as Gordon said, they're only 4 points away. A win, you know, to cut it to 1 point is catchable in any league. So, I mean, that'll be what they'll be focused on. I mean, obviously, the negative side is if they don't, you know, it'll make it even more difficult.
Yeah, I think we're always talking about just positions now below Hibs for the playoffs. Last word on this to the goal scorer, the hero, Thomas Mickelson, who scored the winner for Dundee United, hoping the win in the Challenge Cup can kickstart their season again.
Just give confidence to the whole team, and we have not been so good in the last couple of games, so we hope this could be the one who turn us around and give us some victories later on.
OK, Dundee United against Ayr on Tuesday night, Ruffy.
Yeah, again, you know, you would expect the Dundee United team to be buzzing for that one, but we saw Ayr going away to Dunfermline and getting 3 points. So I think Ayr, from Ayr's point of view, they'll be looking for maybe a wee bit of reaction, maybe tired, you know, from the game, and obviously celebrating after it.
They'll be happy because Dundee United have only won one of the last eight league games. And the last 3 they defeated in the league, and the draw before that. So Ayr United will be up for it too, and Dundee United might take a boost from winning a cup, but I think Ayr United will see this as a potential winning game.
Yep, OK. Last word on the programme tonight, and a fitting one at that. There was a Rangers select that made their way down to Fleetwood Town's Highbury Stadium at the weekend as a tribute to Fernando Ricksen. There are various functions going on across the country. The picture that we've put up is heartbreaking. I mean, Fernando Ricksen himself was a fit individual, a man who obviously held Rangers dear to his heart when he had his time at Ibrox. And I think the Rangers fans, in great numbers, 5,000, the majority of them Rangers fans, made their way down for a select against an England select. And as you can see, Fernando cuts a really sad figure now, but he's really appreciative of the work that the Rangers fans are doing.
Yeah, I mean, in the football park, he was one of the guys, love him or hate him. But in the circumstances that he's in just now, I think the support that he's getting from everybody is absolutely amazing. The amount of money that he's raising throughout not only this country but other countries is fantastic. So all credit to him.
Yeah, it was 3-2 to the England select. They had Darren Anderson in the England select. It was good that he didn't pick up an injury in the game, Gordon. He was able to finish it. But again, it's all about the cause, isn't it, really?
Absolutely, it's a good cause. I mean, I don't know who was in the Rangers team that went down, but it was obviously ex players from that era, along maybe with Fernando, Ricksen. But it's a shame to see him, because every time I do see a picture of him, he seems to be like getting thinner and deteriorating. So you just hope that at some stage he can level off and maybe they can find some sort of drugs or whatever that can help him.
Okay, thanks to Gordon Smith and Alan Ruff. Thanks to everyone for watching the game.